Hi, my name is Rhonda from Oombawka Design, and today I'm going to show you how to make the I Feel Pretty hat. It's a women's crochet hat, and I first published this in 2014. I've had a few requests for rounds 11 forward on this, so I'm going to show you how to work through the entire hat from start to finish. I am going to be working it in one color, but you can do a color change, and I do have a note in the pattern instructions explaining how to do the color changes. If you visit my website, you will be able to get the pattern, and it is available for free on my website. And I suggest that you go and perhaps save a copy or print a copy off using the print friendly button at the end of the post, and then work along with me. So what you're going to need is Red Heart soft yarn is what I've used. I'm using a different color today. This one here is a worsted weight yarn. It is a lighter weight worsted weight yarn. It's not a heavier weight like the traditional Red Heart regular yarns. It is a lighter weight. So a similar one would be Caran Simply Soft for the weight of the yarn. You will need to have one ball of that. If you're using two colors, you will need two different color balls. It has the instructions here for you. This is a 100% acrylic yarn. It's worsted weight. And for our weights, if you're substituting, it's 5 ounces or 141 grams, 256 yards or 234 meters. It's a very nice yarn. I love this yarn. I'm going to be using blue today from my stash. And to begin, what you need to do is work 10 double crochets into a magic ring. To make the magic ring, you just wrap it around your fingers, hold where it crosses, insert your hook, pull up a loop. To build up height, chain 2. We won't be counting the chain 2 as a stitch, and we won't be working into it for this pattern. It's simply just to build up the height for the stitches that we're making. So work 10 double crochets into the ring. Five. And 10. Pull on the short end to tighten and close your ring. We're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet, not the chain 2, to the first double crochet. And for this pattern, just a reminder, the chain 2 and the slip stitch to join do not count as stitches, so we're not working into them. If you have trouble remembering that, you may want to put a stitch marker into the slip stitch so you don't work into it by accident. So we put a stitch marker into the slip stitch just to remind us that we don't want to work into that. Now chain 2 to build up height. We're not working into that later, and work 2 double crochets into each of your 10 stitches. So the end of this round, you will have 20 stitches around. So 2 in each for this entire round. And we get back to the beginning, and we've marked that so we know we're not supposed to work into it. Double check to make sure you have 20 stitches. Not counting the chain 2 at the beginning, remember? So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 20 stitches. Now slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet to join the round. Mark your slip stitch just in case until you get used to it. Chain 2, and in the first double crochet work 1 double crochet, work 2 double crochets into the next, and then repeat that around. 1 and 2. 1, and your last one has 2. At the end of this round, you've increased 10 stitches, and you will have 30 stitches. So you should double check that. Don't count the chain 2. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30 stitches at the end of round 3. Slip stitch to the first double crochet to join, chain 2, move your stitch marker up to that slip stitch, and for round 4 we are working 1 double crochet in each of the first 2 stitches, then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So the first stitch, the same one you slip stitch to, is 1 double crochet. The next one receives 1 double crochet. The next receives 2. So it's 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. And we're doing this all the way around to the stitch marker. This will allow us to increase an additional 10 stitches for this round. So 1, 1, and 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, and in the final stitch, 2. So at the end of this round, you have 40 stitches. Double check. It's important because the stitch pattern won't work unless you have the right number of stitches. We skip this chain 2. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40. Slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet to join, like so. Chain 2, and mark your slip stitch. For round 5, we are going to work 1 double crochet in each of the first 3 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So 1 in the first 3, 1, 1, and then 2 in the next. Okay, 1 in the first, 1 in the next, 1 in the third, 2 in the next one. And all the way around we're doing the same repeat of those stitches. And the last ones, we have 1, 1, 1, and the final stitch receives 2. Just like every other round, we're going to count them just to make sure. I know it's a painful process, but if we don't have the right number, it won't work in a minute. So we're going to skip over this chain 2 and not count it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, and 50. Slip stitch to the first double crochet, chain 2, mark your slip stitch, and for this round, which is round 6, we are going to work 1 double crochet in each of the first 4 stitches, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. We're going to repeat that all the way around. So 1 double crochet in the first 4, 2 in the next one. One double crochet in the first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 in the next. One in the first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 in the next. 1, 2. At the end of round 6, you have 60 stitches. Double check to make sure you do have 60. Don't count the chain 2. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, and 60 stitches. For round 7, before we begin, you need to slip stitch to the top of your first double crochet, chain 2. For this round, we're only increasing 3 stitches. So what we're going to do is work 1 double crochet in each of the first 19 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. In the next stitch, work 2 double crochets. Now we're going to crochet a double crochet in each of the next 19 again. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 2 in the next. And now 1 in each of the next 19 again, and 2 in the last stitch of the round. You have 1 left, and that's the one you put your final 2 in. Slip stitch to the top of your first double crochet to join the end of that round. And now for the next 8, 9, 10, 3 rounds, you're going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So chain 2 and then begin your double crochets. If you still need the stitch marker in your slip stitch, feel free to move it up to the slip stitch. Now 1 double crochet in each stitch around for round 8, 9, and 10. After round 10, you have 63 double crochets around the hat. I recommend that you double check that before we move on to round 11. So we don't count the chain 2. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, and 63. That's your chain 2 at the beginning again. So we do have our full 63 stitches. And now we're going to begin round 11.